This is episode number 183 of the Middle Country Public Library podcast. Hello and welcome. I'm Sal DiVincenzo, joined as usual by my fabulous colleagues, Sara Fade and Nicole Rambo.
Hello.
How's everyone doing?
Good.
You know, we're going to start off with Sara because we have something coming up on Saturday this weekend.
Yes.
What's happening?
Well, I am very excited about this. It's something that we were not able to do, I think, in the past 2 years. One, because we were closed and then COVID. So it's actually Free Comic Book Day is coming back. And normally, in the past, it was in May, but they pushed it back. So now it's now August 14th. It's this Saturday. We have been participating in this, which is really great for our patrons and people around our area. That all day Saturday you can come into the library and get a free comic that is advertised for Free Comic Book Day. So each comic will have a little logo that says Free Comic Book Day. It's not just a random comic. They're releases just for
special releases.
Yep.
Yeah.
So if you go to freecomicbookday.com, you can see what's available. We won't have everything, but we do have a nice wide selection of children, teens, and adult comics. Nice. So they will be put out Saturday when we open to when we close, depending on availability.
Right.
And but we also do special projects and crafts that will be in the adult area from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. So we'll have, it's grab and go bags. We'll have a green screen where you can take a picture with some superheroes. You can make some buttons and you can do another craft, So it'll be fun. Just stop in. You can do a little something for a few minutes, get your comics, and then check out the library. Yeah. So some of the comics that are coming out, Archie. We all love Archie, right?
Been around for a while.
I remember when I was young, I don't know how or why, but we had Archie comics in my house, and I would read them, and I would always be like, "Oh, idiots." Assassin's Creed.
Oh wow!
One. Blade Runner, which I love. Blade Runner. Enter the House of Slaughter, which sounds, ominous, but it's Karen Slaughter. She does, books and stuff like that. So, Investigators, Ants and Pants, which is children. Lady Mechanica, which is, they had something last year or the year before, whatever. Marvel Adventures Hulk #1. It's pretty good. Star Wars High Republic Adventures. Then we have, let's see, Judge Dredd, The Bailey School Kids. What else do we have? Dungeon is back. Tales of a Grown-Up Nothing. Last Kids on Earth, Life is Strange.
So these are actually going to be here.
Yep. Silver, Spider-Man, Venom is a good one. Yeah. So Stray Dogs. We were not getting that one. Street Fighter. So those are just a few.
Yeah.
What we'll get. Because that is so quick, I have some comic book trivia.
All right.
Cool.
Okay. The #1 trivia here. The font Comic Sans. Right, which we all know and hate.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is based on Dave Gibbons' lettering for Watchmen comic books.
Oh wow.
Very interesting.
That's pretty cool.
Depending on the type, the symbols used to censor words in comic books, right? Those little you would think exclamations and all that stuff are called jarns, quips, niddles, and grolixes.
Oh.
Grolixes?
Yeah, grolixes. Isn't that funny? So grolixes is like the gibberish writing.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, jarns is when they make the swirlies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was funny. The world's largest comic book collection. Guess who has it?
Ooh.
Middle Country.
Nicolas Cage.
It's funny you should say that, but no.
I feel like he has some. Oh, he has like Elvis, right? He has a big.
He's big in Elvis and Superman because he named his kid after Superman.
Oh, okay.
It's the Library of Congress.
Okay.
Oh,
They currently hold over 100,000 individual issues.
Wow.
Yeah. But the next fun fact is about Nicolas Cage. His real name is Nicholas Coppola.
Yes.
And his stage name, Nick Cage, is from the Marvel character Luke Cage.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew that.
Oh, did you?
Comic book letterers avoid words like Clint like Clint Eastwood,
Yeah.
and Flick, because during printing, the letters can run together and it looks like a dirty word.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. When the comics code was created, it prohibited judges and law enforcement agents from being depicted negatively. And it also prevented comics from being sold at newsstands unless the hero won at the end of the book.
Wow, interesting. That's like the story now with like, you know, if someone's a villain in a movie because they have an Android phone. Because Apple has a thing where like the bad guy can't have an Apple phone.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, well. Let's see.
Typical. I mean, I could have told you that from before, but
it's funny because a lot of like I watch a lot of Asian films and stuff like that. They must all be sponsored by Samsung because everybody's got like an Android phone.
Yeah.
No apples inside.
Yeah.
There was a superhero in the 40s called the Green Llama, who was a practicing Buddhist. Only one of his powers was reincarnation.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that was not very popular, though.
I imagined an actual llama, though.
Yeah,
I know, right? The 1940s superhero, I think you'll like this, called Red Bee. And he fought Nazis using trained bees. And his favorite bee was named Michael and lived in his little belt buckle.
That's funny.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me get Michael. Release Michael.
Looks aggressive.
Our universe actually exists in the Marvel multiverse. Our Earth is Earth 1218.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
So maybe he'll make an appearance? Oh, wait, our universe. You said our universe.
Yeah, technically.
Okay.
Poor Michael Jackson. He wanted to play Spider-Man in a movie so badly that he tried to buy Marvel Comics in the 90s.
Oh, my goodness. Can you imagine?
No, maybe. I don't know. He's a very good dancer. So, Marvel got around a law that increases taxes on toys that resemble humans, which is a weird tax law, by claiming that the X-Men figures were mutants and not humans, which is true.
Smart.
Yeah.
Good for Marvel. What lawyer was like,
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
they're mutants.
See, if you turn this one around, he has a tail.
Yeah. Wayne Enterprises, which is controlled by Batman's alter ego, Bruce Wayne, owns the Daily Planet, the newspaper that Superman's alter ego, Clark Kent, works for.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I like a crossover. Those are fun.
Oh, this is a fun fact, but it's rated R. Well, it's a little spicy,
Okay.
and sad. Spicy and sad.
Sure.
Okay, so in an alternate timeline of Spider-Man, an elderly Mary Jane Watson gets cancer and dies because of Peter Parker's irradiated sperm.
Oh, God.
What?
I mean,
A spicy, sad fact.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so we only have a few more. I'll only do 20. There's like 100 of these. Spider-Man has a hyphen in it so that people don't confuse him with Superman.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So it is Spider hyphen man.
Okay.
Marvel once collaborated on a Spider-Man comic with Planned Parenthood that discourages teens from having
Sleeping with
sex.
irradiated.
Yeah. So whatever works.
They use that
You know what happened to Mary Jane?
Oh, this is good. Ready? And then this is a what if, and Disney is coming out with what ifs.
Yep.
So keep your eyes out, people, because this might happen.
Okay.
Yes.
In an alternate reality, Peter Parker is bitten by a radioactive sheep, turning him into a hero named Sheep Boy.
I want to see that.
That's so funny.
What if?
Is Tom Holland going to play that character too?
Yes.
Well, I think it's a cartoon,
It's
right?
animated.
Yeah,
Okay.
so.
Oh, it's
Why
Okay,
not?
ready? The last but not least. An issue of Wolverine was once released with an ethnic slur printed in it when the letter of the book misread the word killer.
Oh.
So we can only imagine what that misprint is.
Yeah.
So I guess if you have that issue, it might be worth.
Might be worth a lot of money.
And it's not meant to be that word. It's meant to say killer.
Yeah. Wow.
And that I'm sure that letterer got fired.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Cool.
there's plenty more, but those are some fun
Interesting.
facts.
Did you
Nice.
ever see that documentary called Batman and Bill on Hulu?
No.
It's very good. I watched it on accident. Like it came on after something else I was watching.
Yeah, you
and
just
I
left it.
And I left. I was like, oh, fine. And then I was like, I'll do something else. And it sucked me in. And it's about the on Wikipedia it says everyone thinks that Bob Kane created Batman.
Oh
but
yes,
that's
I heard
not
about
the
this.
whole truth. One author makes it his crusade to seek justice for Bill Finger, a struggling writer who was the key figure in creating the iconic superhero. From concept to costume to the very character we all know and love. Bruce Wayne may be Batman's secret identity, but his creator was also a true mystery. It was so good. I was crying by the end. I'm like...
He got his
He did. His family did.
Yeah.
He passed away like a long time before that, but his family did. And it was a really, really good... That's like my only comic book thing that I know about. But
by accident, I saw.
Cool.
Yeah, it was really, really good.
Awesome. So, folks, if you want a free comic book, come down on Saturday.
Yeah, crafts and fun from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., but the comics will be here if they are still around. Some things run out.
Yeah,
Right.
and that's in the Center Reach building.
Yes, only Center Reach.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Thank you, Sarah.
You're welcome.
Nicole, you're here to talk about something that just wrapped up.
Yeah, we're wrapping up the Olympic Games 2020 in Tokyo. It wasn't a real ratings grab. It didn't do well, but it's all right. It's a weird year. But let's see. Overall, top 5 countries that won. United States, number 1 with 113 total medals, 39 gold. China was in second place with 38 gold and 88 total medals. Then we had Japan with 27 gold and 58 total medals. Great Britain, 22 gold and 65 medals. And the ROC, the Russian Olympic Committee,
That's ridiculous.
came in 5th.
That is ridiculous. I'm sorry.
20 gold, yeah.
They should just stay in the Olympics and just ban the ones that tested for enhancement drugs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because it's ridiculous. Because we all know who they're competing for. Like, it's,
Well, yeah, I mean, it's called the Russian Olympic, so obviously
it's
they're
just
Russians,
a
right?
farce.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
Well, they won 20 gold.
Yeah, they're good.
Let's not upset our 3 listeners in Russia.
I think they would agree with us. I'm blanketing you guys in on my anger about the ROC. Yes,
And then I have some memorable moments from the Tokyo Olympics. So the first one, probably that we all heard about, was Simone Biles withdrawing from competition.
Oh, yeah.
So that was a lot of people had opinions on that.
They shouldn't.
Yeah.
It's her safety.
But she
came back.
ended up coming back.
She came back and she got a bronze on the beam. And she did it for, the betterment of her team. Because it was an all-around team that she withdrew from. So she didn't want to... She didn't want to hurt, obviously, I think hurt herself, number 1, because she could obviously break her neck, die. And she didn't want to risk the medal for the team, so...
And I'm sorry, but to withdraw, and I'm sure she didn't read social media, which is smart, but to know that there's this pressure on her, and then to come back and do one thing and then do so well in it, she is really something.
And she even said that, quote, "The bronze means more than all the golds because I've been through so much the last 5 years and last week while I've been here. It was very emotional." So, she was proud of herself for doing that, and she should be. And then we have Miss Elaine Thompson Hera. Making Olympic history. She's a Jamaican sprinter who claimed her second gold in the 100 meter on July 31st in a blistering time of 10.61 seconds, breaking Florence Griffith Joyner's 33-year-old Olympic record of 10.62 that she set in Seoul in 1988. So that was exciting for her. And then later, she just had a second short of another Joyner world record. So good for her. And then we have our first tied gold medal.
Oh, yeah, that was sweet.
Mutaz Barshim and Gianmarco Tamberi. So Qatar's Mutaz and Italy's Gianmarco elected to share the gold. Apparently, they just asked the official, "Can we have 2 golds?" And they're like, "Okay." Because they were going to do a jump off.
Nah.
And they're like, "We just both get in there." Like, all right, fine.
Yeah, I would. That's nicer.
Yeah, so 2 high jump athletes both got a gold. So that's exciting.
Italians like to share stuff, pizza.
And Italy, another highlight was Italy's incredible triple track and field gold. So Italy did really well in track and field this year. So good for them.
They also know how to run to get to the pizza.
They winning 40 medals all around. So good for Italy.
Yeah, good for Italy.
Emma McKeon ties the record for most medals won by a woman at a single Olympic Games. So she won, let's see, the record had been held since 1952 by winning 7 medals.
Wow.
And a Soviet Union gymnast won 7 medals. So then she tied it for 7 this year in swimming. So good for her. And then that also made her the most decorated athlete at the Tokyo Olympics. And then we have Allison Felix, which I'm sure we all heard about, absolutely crushing everything. She's the most decorated track and field in U.S. Olympic history. She just won everything, and she's been doing it since 2004, which is like even more impressive. So good for her. And then apparently there was a canoeing legend who had never won a gold, and she did this year. And I was very excited.
What kind of legend is that, though?
Jessica Fox.
Canoeing.
A canoeing legend. Apparently she's very good, but for whatever reason, she always just kind of missed out. Years of struggle, strife, and coming agonizingly close to the podium. Yeah, exactly. Some firsts at the Tokyo Olympics. So let's see, we have our first skateboarding medal. So skateboarding was finally introduced to the Olympics this year.
Yeah, it was a dud.
In Tokyo, I think Japan won like all of them. Then we have the first Hmong American Olympic gymnast, Sneesha Lee, was the first Hmong, Hmong American, to make the U.S. Olympic team in gymnastics, and she ended up winning the all-around gold medal. And she also won a silver medal in the team competition. First women's 1,500 meter freestyle. So this was like the long, super, super duper long one, and Katie Ledecky won that. We have a first track and field gold medal for India. Oh, so that's exciting for them. First mixed medley relay in swimming. Britain won that, and the Americans did not do good. They got 5th in that. First basketball players to win 5 golds. Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi.
Oh, my God. Did you guys see that game?
No.
The women's team is gigantic, right? And they played against, I think it was China?
Maybe.
Or it was China or Japan or something.
Yeah.
And they're like normal sized women. Yeah. And I'm like, it's amazing they're even scoring. They did really well. I was rooting for the underdog. Yeah. But it was literally like trying to shoot against the wall. Like these women were, and whatever. But I was like, does not seem fair.
Oh, that's funny.
It was really like, try and Google the images. You're just like, oh, I'm watching it. And I'm just giggling because I'm like, this poor women. How do they even... Yeah.
That's funny.
It's like you playing against a Harlem Globetrotter. Like, why even? I don't...
Aw. They say got to be in the Olympics. They probably didn't care. They're like, well,
they did well.
Yeah,
I mean, they didn't win, but they did well.
All right. I'm sure everyone can see it, so they know.
Yeah, it's hard not to.
Right.
So you're just like, what?
The Philippines won their first gold medal in women's weightlifting. Hidilyn Diaz gave her country of 108 million people its first Olympic gold medal. I saw this on a Instagram video of her winning. It's very emotional. I started crying. Aww. The way she started crying, it was very emotional. Yeah. First medals of any kind for San Marino. San Marino only has a population of 34,000 people, and it's the smallest country ever to medal in shooting.
It's a country in Europe.
Oh.
Yeah. So Alessandra Perilli won bronze in the trap competition. First surfing medal. We had surfing in the Olympics this year. Honolulu native Carissa Moore, a member of Surfing's Hall of Fame, won the gold on the women's side, and Brazil's Italio Ferreira won the men's competition. First gold medals for Qatar, however you say it. I know some people say Qatar and some people say Qatar. So that was the high jump that he shared it with. First medal of any kind for Turkmenistan. Nice. Polina Greva gave Turkmenistan, an isolated country located in Central Asia, its first medal with silver in women's weightlifting. Good for
cool.
Turkmenistan. We got Bermuda, got their first medal. Flora Duffy won the women's triathlon for the island's first gold medal. First karate medal. Karate joined the Olympics this year. And then Okinawa native Ryo Kiuna, a 3-time world champion, won in the men's kata. First black woman to win gold in wrestling. Tamara Mensah-Stock. She's so sweet. I watch a lot of interviews with her. She's great. It's so happy, just the happiest person.
She bought her mom a food truck.
Oh, she was. I'm happy for her.
With her winnings,
She was nice. First sport climbing medal. Spain's Alberto Gines Lopez, 18, won the medal's combined competition. And first medal of any kind for Burkina Faso by earning 3rd in the men's triple jump. Good for all those firsts. That's very exciting. I didn't watch any of it. Oh, I told Sara I watched one thing. It was a diver, and she fell off the diving board.
That was so bad.
Was that like feet first? Like she?
No. So in diving, it's called balking, and you.
It was so bad.
You go. The last second. So you do your walk. Okay, so you go walk up, down, up. and then on the down, then you jump. And then sometimes your knees just buckle or you give out or you think too much and you kind of like, and then like, if you ever, it's what a lot of people who don't know how to jump off a springboard do because it's like a weird.
There's a timing thing. Yeah.
So just for whatever reason, nerves got to her or she just like, and then she like, boop, boop. And then she like fell in. Like, she didn't like belly flop or anything. She kind of like held her composure. That's the only thing I saw. I happened to be walking by the TV and looking at it. And as she was walking, I was like, oh, I did that. I dove in high school and I'm like, oh, I did that. And then when she fell in, I was like, oh no, I really did that. I was like, that looks very much like what I would do.
I felt so bad. Well, in my household, the Olympics were on all the time. I was so bad. So I saw a lot of Olympics and skateboarding. I watched skateboarding.
Oh, yeah.
And they're babies.
Yeah.
I'm like, aren't there age limits?
Yeah.
No, sure.
There's not.
No, because they're like 12. And I'm like, what the?
Yeah.
Am I watching?
Yeah.
And I was like, aren't there any other older women that skateboard that could compare? I was like,
no.
And it wasn't as exciting because they just don't have the strength or the body to do the big tricks as the men or whatever. So it was a little underwhelming for them, but it's exciting for them.
Yeah.
Yay. But it was also boring to watch.
Yeah.
But there's so many sports that I was like, why is this a competition?
Did you see the canoeing one? That random one person canoeing one? That was the men's one. It was very interesting.
Well, I saw one where they're kind of like kneeling and they're like,
that one, yes.
And I was like, what the heck?
What is that?
I don't know. I'm like, how do they even get into this sport? Some of the things I'm like, how do they even get into these sports? Not that they're not valid, but I'm like,
but how do you find out about it?
And how do you compare?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, and then I giggled because I was watching the table tennis one and they looked like giants. Like it was literally like a tiny little table. And I'm like,
and
I
they stand so far back,
but they look gigantic. And I'm like, what the? It was just comedic. And then beach volleyball is everyone's favorite,
right? Yeah,
and
it's a top contender.
And I like to call it the wedgie Olympics, because whatever it helps them.
Well, that's
compete.
a big thing now, right? They were like, that was one of the stories about like, should they have to wear these bikinis or?
Someone said that they prefer it because they can move better, and some people said no, that's They said they don't like wearing it,
right? Yeah. So
I think it does, but the athletes should have their choice.
Right? Yeah.
They shouldn't be like. So I don't like that. Like then the men, and this is what I'm gonna say. If it did make you better as a performer, the men would be wearing Speedos.
Right, yeah.
So I don't think it's anything to do with performance. I'm just going to say that.
Yeah.
But also one of the other things is, did you see the, it's called a pentathlon.
Oh, no.
Where the woman, I think she was Swedish, and she like had like a breakdown on her horse.
Oh no.
Yeah. So basically, you should do this because I know you like triathlons and stuff like that. Okay. So pentathlon.
Okay, pentathlon sounds like a lot more.
Two more.
Okay,
it's running.
Okay, I did that.
Swimming.
I can do that.
Fencing.
Can't do that.
You can do it. You might not be good, but you can do it. Shooting.
Can't do that.
You can do it, but you know, might do it.
Okay.
And horseback riding.
Can't do that.
So one of the fun facts, because I was looking it up, is that these people, to make it fair, they get matched with their horse 20 minutes before they go out.
Oh, my goodness.
And
how is that fair? Why don't you have your own horse that you've been training with? That's not fair for the horse.
Well, a lot of the horses were like, I don't like you.
Yeah.
And they said she's not the only one. Yeah. But she was in first place and she fell down to like 31st. So it was really bad. Like she didn't even, and that's why she started crying. Like it's like, but like I remember watching, I mean, like what? Of course, Rocky started laughing. Yeah. He's like, what is happening? And I'm like, she's not having a good day. Like the horse refused to jump for her. So she was just trying to get the horse to go. And then.
That's horrible. That's not fair to the horse or the athlete.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
But someone else in the same thing, she was a German coach, punched the horse and she got fired.
Oh, no.
Because all the horses were just like acting up. You shouldn't punch a horse no matter what.
Yeah, exactly.
Or any
I
animal.
don't understand how you get a random animal 20 minutes before your event.
Yeah,
like
crazy.
You train with these animals. Like the
thing
know
I don't
you
understand
know them.
is, and I did not research this, but maybe you guys know, is with horseback riding. Tokyo is far. Do they fly the horses?
Yes, horses do get flown. Yes.
Like that can't be good for the horse. Must be freaked out. That's a long.
They have special ways of. They have special ways of transporting horses. I've seen.
But that's a lot of horses.
Commercial planes transport.
Maybe that's why. I don't know. They just said to keep it fair for the sport, but also
that's not fair. My concern, obviously, is the horse. I don't think that's fair for the horse.
Exactly.
He's like, I don't know you. What
I know, yeah.
Like, I don't.
No,
I'm not gonna.
and
especially if you get punched,
right? And that's not like how I take command. Like, you know what I mean? Whatever. Like, that's not how I know. But maybe someone got a good horse, and they're like, "Come on, let's go."
Yeah.
Like, you're 31st. Let's go. Number one. The horse just goes through it. And it's like, hey, good horse.
Yeah, but she like if you just Google pentathlon 2021, I'm sure that'll be the first thing that comes up is this poor woman just having a breakdown. Yeah.
Sarah, I think you're the only one who watched the Olympics.
Well, it was terrible the way they did it and the way that it was like it was just horrible.
Well, usually Olympics that are in like literally like a day ahead
like Australia,
because of the time zone, they don't do very well.
Yeah.
Well, and also NBC, like a lot of the stuff you had to like go to the Peacock channel,
right,
which is ridiculous. So, like, I think NBC just really kind of
dropped the ball
big time.
Yeah. Well, for any kids or teens or families that got into the Olympics, did watch it and got into it and want to learn more about it, 796 is our nonfiction number for any books or anything you want.
Awesome.
Because a lot of times it does get kids very interested. I remember I got into gymnastics after the 92 Olympics. I tried to. I know we had like a piece of wood and I thought it was balance beam and I like cracked my little head and I was like, I want to do like
that is the scariest sport. Yeah. Like I wouldn't even crawl across it. I was just like,
Cool. Yeah. Thank you, Nicole.
You're welcome.
So we have this is a nice size episode this week.
I was gonna say, I'm looking at the time right now. I'm like, all right, we really chatted for a bit.
We actually have more. We have more. We're going to take a quick break and we're going to bring Jim Ward in the studio. So we'll be right back. And we're back with Jim Ward in the studio. Hello, Jim.
Hello. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good.
We have a nice event coming up next week, and I brought you down just to talk about it. You know, we've had these events over the years, and unfortunately last year with COVID, we had to stop. But we do have a popular outdoor program coming up next week. Why don't you tell us about Music Under the Stars?
So for the first time in 2 years, we're able to finally have the performance outside, have a lot of people there, and it's going to be a great time. So we have, it's the country rock band Southbound.
Nice.
And just to give you a little description of what they do, this is from their website. Mixing new and old country songs with some southern classic rock, Southbound's high-energy performance keeps the crowd dancing and singing along all night.
That's very cool.
So
sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, sounds like it's like a mix of different types of country and I guess newer country, older country.
Cool. Now this is what, our fifth time doing this?
This will be the fifth. It would have been the fifth last year, but obviously with COVID. So yeah, this will be the fifth year. That we're having outdoor performances.
And just to let our listeners know, what have we had in the past, just so they have an idea of what kind of music we do here?
Well, we had another country rock one, Six Gun back in 2016.
Very popular, yes.
Then we had Captain Jack, the Billy Joel band.
Nice.
And they were great. Milagro Santana.
Nice.
That 70s band.
Mm-hmm.
Just 60s. I think they did a Woodstock
that's cool.
tribute.
Yeah.
White Wedding, the 80s band.
Nice.
And now Southbound.
Southbound.
Yep.
Oh, great. So what first of all, when is this?
It's Tuesday, August 17th. It starts at 7. It's about an hour and a half. But patrons can start arriving at 5:30.
Okay.
And we'll have food trucks on hand and hopefully an ice cream truck. I'm still working on that.
Oh, nice.
But the food it's Vincent's Pizza Trailer, and they have a lot of different things named after boroughs and counties, and
nice.
Sounds good.
Yeah, like what kind of food we got on the menu there?
Well, let's see. Menu. So, for instance, the Brooklyn is crispy crumbled sausage, broccoli rabe, sautéed and roasted garlic, hot cherry peppers, Brooklyn rolled fresh mozzarella, and Vincent's red sauce.
Wow, you had me at sausage, which is one of my favorite things. Cool, yeah. So it's just one of the many pieces that you can get. From
they got a lot of good stuff.
Wood fired, huh? In the trailer.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild. Yeah,
I think people very much enjoy that.
Yeah, exactly. So you can come down. Now, is there registration required for this one?
None. So anyone can come. Bring your family, friends. whoever you'd like.
And what else should patrons bring with them?
Bring a blanket, bring a chair.
Okay.
And maybe just you don't know what kind of weather it'll be, so maybe some sort of sweater too, just to be safe.
So now, if there is a weather issue, what can patrons do to find out if whether or not is this going rain or shine? What is?
We try as hard as we can. Mm-hmm. But this time, unfortunately, if it's just too much rain, we'll have to cancel it.
Okay.
But yeah, usually we try to wait out the rain if we can.
Okay.
Until it subsides.
Okay, and I'm sure you'll have something. Folks can give us a call or have something on the website.
Yeah, and we would post it on social media. Yep, absolutely.
Great, awesome. So this is next Tuesday, August 17th, and you said doors or area parking lot opens around 6. You said
5:30.
5:30.
5:30.
Okay,
yep.
great.
And then I think the food trucks will be arriving around 6 o'clock.
Around 6 o'clock.
Yep.
Fantastic. So bring down your chairs and your blankets because we do not provide those.
Yes.
So it's bring your own to come see Southbound.
Yes.
Country band, very pop. They play popular country music.
They have a big following.
They have a big following, and they'll be here next Tuesday. Thank you so much,
You're welcome.
Jim. Appreciate it.
Thanks so much for having me.
Okay, so are you ladies country music fans at all?
I don't listen.
There's some catchy tunes.
Yeah, like ride a horse. Yeah. No, feed a horse, ride a cowboy, whatever. I don't know. It's something like that.
Yeah, it's something like
Don't
that.
punch a horse.
Yes, exactly.
Very catchy.
Yeah.
Very good. So so that does it for another episode. If you want to listen to older episodes or read our show notes, visit our website. It's mcplpodcast.com. There you can use the chat feature to comment with us and tell us what you think. Or you can just email us. It's podcast@mcplibrary.org. So thank you so much for listening. For Sara Fade and Nicole Rambo, I'm Sal DiVincenzo. We'll see you on the next show.